You're on.
Okay, hold on. Hi, everyone. I am so glad to be back on. I was off last Wednesday in case anyone noticed or didn't notice. But, last week was such an impactful, insane week, right? I'm sure for everybody. And I just didn't feel like it was the right thing to do. I didn't feel like coming on and being bubbly and excited about a bake when things were out there happening. When we witnessed, all of us witnessed George Floyd being taken down, watched his life be taken away from him. So I just felt there was no way I could come on and do that. And it's so good to see that everybody is doing what they're doing. I can't begin to tell you how it makes my heart feel to know that people are out there and marches are going, demonstrations are happening. And I would be out there, trust me, my sister and I would be out there. I'd be dragging her out there whether she wanted to go or not, because it's that important for us to be out there. The only thing is, we do have our 96-year-old mother, and I think her doctor would really be upset with me if we had done that. And we are her main individuals that care for her at this time until the caregiver comes back. So we couldn't go, except on last week. Anna Marie, do you remember what day? It might have been Thursday. No, Wednesday. It had to have been Tuesday or Wednesday, huh? Yeah. Tuesday or Wednesday, we went out to a park where we knew they were marching, demonstrating, and we drove around. My window was down enough for me to put my arm up, and my sister was honking like crazy, and we felt like we did something. But I have been writing letters. I have been donating where I can. Heck, I went out and bought a box of baked goods because the proceeds all went to Black Lives Matter LA. And so I'm doing what I can do. So I really strongly suggest that you all do the same. If you can't get out to a demonstration, then do that. Look on my site, look on Marian Lopez page and on Mama Cheesecake page. I will drop it again. I've been putting it out there, but I will list different things that you can do to help make a difference with this, because we can't let this stop. This has to continue, because no longer should any mother, any individual for that matter, should ever worry about whether their sons are going to make it home. No mother of any color should ever worry that the police are going to be after their child because of the color of their skin, and treat it differently because of the color of their skin. So let's keep this going. Definitely keep it going. But I have a small caveat. COVID-19 is still here. It hasn't gone away. In fact, I meant to have my mask on just to remind everybody it is still here. So when you go out there, make sure you're wearing your mask. Make sure that you're staying and touching within your own group if you're locking arms. And if you lock arms, just make sure when you get home, shower, wash those hands, do what you can, okay? But I am in so support of everyone who's out there doing these demonstrations. Mwah, to everybody. Okay, so let's get to baking, right? Because that's what we're here for. So one of the things, like 3 weeks ago now, 3 or 4 weeks ago, is I asked, what did you all want to see me do? Either a pavlova, I think, was it the pavlova? I almost trying to remember. The pavlova was one thing that I did, but there was something else that I did, and one of them was a crepe cake, and it came in really high, but it didn't win that time. So I decided today I was doing a crepe cake, and it's something I've never really done before. So I made my first crepe on the 25th of May. That was my mother's birthday, and I helped out my brother with breakfast, and we made crepes. So it was interesting. So I decided, let's do this crepe cake. So we're doing the crepe cake, and we're adding some things. Anyone who saw my little preview earlier today, I said I was going to use some stuff from my garden. So what I'm using actually is lavender. I have lavender growing, And we're going to put that out there. We're going to use some strawberries. We're going to have some lemon to top it off, candied lemon. And the interesting thing is, let's see if this works. If the whole tower doesn't just kind of go and lean over like the Leaning Tower at Pisa. Because I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But I've got my pan that's already started up, getting warm. This is so simple. Now I'm using my Blend Tech, but you can use just a regular old blender. And if you don't have a blender, you can use a hand mixer. This is so easy, guys. You're gonna love this. And this recipe is so good. There's a basic recipe that you can use. You can, if you wanted to make it a savory, you could actually do the same thing except add some fresh spices to it. Like maybe, the only thing I wouldn't add is rosemary, because rosemary, you know, it could get a little twiggy and stuck in your tooth. So, but you could put like some basil, some mint. You could do different things, whatever sounds like something you'd like. Thyme would be really good in there, all sorts of stuff. But the first thing we're gonna put in is 2 eggs. So I'm gonna get 2 eggs in there. Toss this over here. And then we're gonna add 3/4 cups of milk. Now, in case anyone saw that and thought, wait, that milk didn't look. It's actually oat milk because, all right, I'm lactose intolerant, okay? I said it. So I have that. You could use almond milk. You can use, you could also use regular milk. I'm using 1/2 cup of water. Whatever you do, don't forget to add water, because water really helps to kind of break this up, because you're not making a pancake, you're making a crepe, and you want that crepe to be delicious, right? Okay, so here we go. We're gonna add a teaspoon of vanilla, get that in there, and 1 cup of flour. I'm gonna turn this up a little bit more, because in my practice run, some of my crepes flipped and some didn't. So let's see how this goes. And then you're gonna add 3 tablespoons of melted butter. So this is really good to do. And I just thought of something we didn't take out earlier, but it's right here close. So, how easy is this? Well, this is how easy it is. 10 seconds. That's all you need, is 10 seconds. And that's it. So, this is gonna go, it's a little loud. Sorry guys, not too much I can do about it. So we're at 6. And that's 10 seconds. It's done, literally. Now, if you see, oops, as I spilled that all over the place, if you see some dry spots in there, just knock them down in there. Okay, push that back, bring this out. I'm gonna grab a 1/4 cup. I've always wanted to do that, just kind of open a drawer and pull out what I needed right there. Isn't that awesome? And my butter, because you want to use some butter. So the 1/4 cup is for the crepe. You're going to pour a 1/4 cup of the batter right into the pan, and you're going to get that pan hit it with a little bit of butter, melted butter. I'm going to wait just a couple more minutes because I want to make sure that you're going to burn your crepe. If it's too cold, it's going to stick. So it's like you got to get it right in the middle. But while I'm waiting for that to pop up, you know, I'd like to give you guys a little info. But before I do that, I just want to remind everyone, make sure if you haven't done it yet, text cheesecake to 55469. That's cheesecake to 55469. And then I can let you know when there's actual lives going on, or if I'm doing something, or if there's a sale going on. I am still going to be putting together a party box, so you know, you might want to be on that list, because who knows what good things will be inside that box. All right, almost done. Here's a little tidbit. Crepes. Does anybody have any idea where they were born?
France?
In France, yes, actually in Brittany, France. Hey, William, my cousin is there, and I see Vivian, my other cousin. Thank you guys for stopping by. Who's on over that way?
William, Jenny, Carol.
Hey, Jenny. Hey, Carol. All
Lucy.
right. Oh, yay, you made it on. I'm telling you, we're going to make it up that way as soon as we can, as soon as we're all able to travel. Then we're making our way back up north, my sister and I. We got an uncle up there we need to go see, and our cousins. Okay, so it was actually born in Brittany, France, excuse me, in the 13th century. I'll give you some more on that. It's really kind of interesting. It's one of those oops things. So we're going to check this out. It feels like it's ready to go. When you put your butter in, you don't want a lot of butter. You want just enough because it's great to have the ends to be crispy. Before I do that, let me get a pan that I have ready out so we can throw those crepes in there. Hey, Ozzy! Woo! Exciting. Good to see you there. All right, so you're just going to put a little bit, and you're really just trying. The first one is the hardest. Take this off. Don't worry if things drip. Now, here's the fun part, is that you got to roll the pan while you're putting the batter in there. So you roll it until all of the batter stops rolling around. Then you know you've got an even crepe going. Okay, so can you all see that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going to put it down here. We're going to see if this works. And we're going to let that cook. Yep, it's getting there. So what you look for, unlike a pancake, you know, pancakes, you look for the little bubbles to come up and pop. Remember, you're not doing a pancake, so you don't want to look for it. If you see popping bubbles, you might want to scrape that up and save it for, I don't know, your puppy or whatever, or the trash can, right? And then the other thing you can look for is for the edges to get brown. And if it's getting brown, then you know that you're right. So it looks like my first one, my pan wasn't hot enough. So we're just going to kind of let it go. So let me just throw out there. So in Brittany, France, this individual was at home, and she was making porridge, and she had her iron cooktop, you know, there inside, I guess like a fireplace where she was cooking. We're talking 13th century, right? And when she moved the porridge, a portion fell onto that cooktop. It was an iron cooktop. And they were like, oh my God. So she looked at it, and they took it off, and they were going to throw it away, and they decided to try it. And voila, the first crepe was born. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So yeah, this is starting. It's not very brown, so we're going to let it go just a tad bit longer. I may just use, instead of doing the great old flip, yeah, it's not. I don't think it's going to let me flip it. Nope. Oh, it flipped. Yay! I'm so thrilled. Anne-Marie, how many times was I doing that yesterday?
Many times.
Many times, definitely. So, we're getting that on. How many of you are back to work? Is anyone back to work yet? I've heard quite a few people, a lot of my friends and family are starting to get back to work again. Remember, back to that hand sanitizer, wearing your mask, do everything you can. COVID has not left us yet. I keep saying Corona can take off anytime now. I would be thrilled. Okay, so this isn't quite as golden as I would like it, but the pan is getting, so this is going to be my sacrificial one. And as you can see, it's really light. It's not very dark. So I'm just we'll leave it there. I'm going to let this get. That's the thing with this. You never know. It's going to either get too hot.
Do you need to put more butter?
Yeah, I am going to put it in. I was just filling that up. Yesterday, a couple of times when I was practicing, I would put the butter in, and I didn't have the cup done, and the butter was browning. So I kind of like that fact. I love brown butter ever since I did those cookies. Oops, see, and that's the other thing that happens. You lose your butter. I'm gonna wait and let this butter brown up a little bit. And then I know I'm gonna get a nice one. Don't worry, guys, we're not gonna, there's actually gonna be about, what, 25, almost 28 layers on this cake, this crepe cake.
Are you making all 28?
That's what we were worried about. I spoke to Carla, I tell everybody, my director, and when we were chatting yesterday, she goes, wait, you're gonna do 28 crepes? No, keep your shirt on. Nope, 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 not gonna do that. I am actually have TV magic going on in the background. Okay, let's see how this does. I'd like to get at least one because lo and behold, of course, you know, I have more going on. Hey, there's another cousin out there. Hey, Sil. How you doing? Okay, just in time. It's sizzling up so we know it's there. I tried several different pans. If you've got a 10-inch pan, you're gonna have 9-inch size crepes. If you've got an 8-inch like this, your crepe is gonna come out to about maybe 7 inches, almost 8 inches. I kind of do it over so that, oh, there it is. It's getting nice and crispy. I don't know that you can, any of you can see it actually. Even if you turn the camera down a little bit, can you see it, Anne-Marie?
Yeah, it's starting to.
Yeah, so you can see the edges are getting crispy, and that's okay. So we're gonna put this back here, because don't worry, I'm not gonna torture you guys and do another one. Oh yeah, see, this one is much better than the other one. So the pan, as we speak, is actually getting warmer, so that's so good. Okay. There we go.
Good flip.
Yeah. Phew. I was worried there. Seriously worried. All right, and I think this is going to be done. TV magic. Yeah. I have a couple more here because one of the things my sister was worried about, she's like, you're not going to do hot crepes, are you? And I'm like, oh gosh, no. So I'm going to put those out there. Put this in here. We're going to get this crepe out. Now I could probably do another crepe and it would get, if you can see the brown on the edges. So it's just now starting to get really hot. This is now done, just to let you know. And I'm gonna put it right here. It actually may cool off in time, and I'll do the other ones later. So we may not get quite to 28, but we'll be at 24, 25, 26, 27. That's not bad. All right, so cross your fingers, everybody. Let me just put a lid on here. Move this stuff back. Move this out of the way, actually. All right, here's where we hope that I can move this. I had a tough time moving it in. I can see it did kind of slide. And I'm gonna get something else out. I happen to have a cake turner. If you don't have one at home, that's okay. You could actually take a bowl and flip it upside down and put a plate on it, and then you can turn that around. That's what I used to do before I got this. All right, so let me get this out. Whoa. Can you see it kind of, it's like jelly. And I'm gonna put it right on here.
Rosie's on.
Hey, Rosie. All right, so one last thing. Oh, uh-oh. One of those mistakes. Gotta run out here.
Nope.
Gotta have what goes inside. So here is my New York Lemon. Let me get these out here. That's what's going between the layers is New York Lemon. So I was actually, when I was trying to decide what type of an inside to do, I was just going to do strawberries. Then when I was chatting with my daughter, we thought, oh my gosh, the lavender would be amazing to use. So then I was just going to do lavender together with the cheesecake. And then I thought, if you think of like potpourri, you think of other things besides just lavender that's mixed together. So I started looking around and I saw different things. I saw syrups that had strawberry and lavender. So a lot of different type items. So I thought, I think I'm going to use the strawberries. And I got to tell you, I was so glad that I did, because if you don't put anything between your layers of crepe, it actually just folds down into itself. So I kind of use the strawberries to help keep it even. Now, I'm doing, and good, my batter got thicker again, about a tablespoon and a half. And then just kind of taking it down along the sides. And for anyone who, you could do this with almond flour or gluten-free flour and have a gluten-free crepe. I believe, William, if you're still on, you could actually do this with almond flour and have your cheesecake. Of course, you'd have to order it, but you could have a keto cheesecake. Okay, so now I'm going to take my strawberries, and what I was doing with the strawberries, again, using it for structure to keep it solid, kind of putting it long ways so it kind of help on the edges. And then, where's my towel? This is my lavender. I was hoping that I was going to be able to grind this up, and I really wasn't. So here's a key. You may have heard, if you use too much lavender, you're going to feel like you just bit into a potpourri bag. And I'm sure you don't want to do that, because then it will feel like you're eating poop. So we'll just do very small amounts. And I got to tell you, it's really hard to just do a small amount. So I did chop this up real fine. And then you take another one and you lay that right on top. How awesome is that? And we're going to finish it. We're just going to do this layer and then we'll finish it up. So we'll have a nice short bake, easy peasy, and something fun. And if you feel like you need to put some more cream out, because you don't want that to be too high on top, and then again with the berries, what I was trying to do was keep an eye and figure out where the last berries were. And then the cool thing is you can slide it back and get it back. Does that look about right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
William wants to know what you put between the layers.
So each layer you have the cheesecake, New York Lemon Cheesecake, with the strawberries and some lavender sprinkled on top of the berries. And of course it falls there onto the cheesecake also. And again, just a little bit. That's it. That's what's between here. So this is going to be one awesome tasting. Let's see. I'm thinking, oop, this is already cool enough. That's going to go right on top. So now we're going to make that pretty and take, I did this morning, I made some candied slices of lemon. I thought it would go really well, right? So we're just going to decorate the edge here. And you really don't have to do anything more than just adding this on the side, just to make it look pretty. I'm going to put one more over here. Then maybe we'll stick a strawberry right on top. Do two, almost like a little flower effect. And then our lavender. I guess what we should have done was put a little bit of powdered sugar, but I'm not a huge fan of powdered sugar, so I didn't put it on. But feel free to do that. And I'm just sliding this parchment paper out. Let's see if I can move this without it all sliding off. And there we have it. Can you guys all see that?
Yeah, lower it a little. Perfect.
It made it. There for a second though, I gotta tell you, when I was moving it from here into the refrigerator so that cheesecake, can you see the cheesecake coming out? William, you were asking about the layers. You can really see all those layers. So I'm gonna just set this down before. Yeah. And again, the cool thing is, just slide it around with your hand, and then make sure you put it into the refrigerator before you eat it. I'll cut into it.
Before you cut it?
Yeah, before you cut it, you really should. It's been in there, so I'm hoping that heat didn't come up this way. I'm hoping we'll be able to take a slice of it and taste it, right? So anyway, that was a simple one. It was great. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I can't wait to bite into it. And just again, don't forget, look at my page, Marian Lopez, look at Mama Cheesecake page, and look to see if there's anything that you could do to help the cause, help push things along. We have to make sure that no one is forgotten. You know, George, Brianna, the list goes on. Let's not forget any of them. Let's do what we can. Let's remember all of us. You know, like I said, we all know someone who has brown skin. We all know someone who has darker brown skin. We all know someone who has black skin. And they're all in my family. So, of course, I want to make sure that we're all safe. And I just love the fact that I can see on TV the color, the rainbow of the marchers. It's literally a rainbow, and it just makes my heart feel good. So don't let other stuff that happens take away from what this is all about, okay? So get on there. And again, make sure you're wearing your mask. I have a Mama Cheesecake mask now, so I'll show it to you next Wednesday. We'll see. I think next Wednesday I'm actually going to do a cupcake, and we're going to use things like cheesecake, of course, and lemon curd. Doesn't that sound interesting? And poppy seeds. So you'll have to join next week, next Wednesday at 3 o'clock. And again, if you don't get a chance to watch or jump on that day, you can always check back and look. And always check back on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And I will make sure this time that I get the two in there, the pavlova and this one. Or I think there was a problem with the pavlova. I don't remember. But anyway, thank you so much for stopping in. Thank you. I'm so glad you enjoyed this. Oh, wait, let me do that little, we're going to hold on to this. I'm a little worried, to be quite honest. Oh, it's actually slicing quite well.
Drum roll.
Tell you the truth, I really don't want to cut it all the way through because I'm going to have pictures done. So I promise what I'll do is take the slice later, and I'll post the slice of me eating it because I think it's going to be so delicious. I can't wait to try it. Anyway, thank you very much, and I will see you all next Wednesday. Bye.